Hello and welcome to this very strange game of Warno, played between Czarface, playing as 4th Dutch, and he's going up against somebody on a Smurf account, playing as MBAD. So we'll go through the deck reviews, then we'll talk about the map, the matchup, the deployments, and the game, and as always, timestamps in the description. Right, so this is the deck review for Czarface, and he's playing 4th Dutch. 4th Dutch is a pretty good div. It's a lot of fun. So we'll go through it tab by tab. First things first, I don't really think you need... having the howitzers like this is really weird. Just bring 2 of these, right? You don't need 3 howitzers. In terms of the mortars for smoke, you should put it in this one, because if you get counter batteried, you can load it up into this, and you will probably survive if you load it up. Whereas this, probably not going to make it. So Logitab, you don't really. I don't know about 3 cards of supply. Sorry, somebody's. Sorry, I'm very popular. Clearly. Anyway, 3 cards of supply. It's been a while since I played this div. You might need it. I feel like you don't though. Might be able to get away with 2. Just because. I mean, look how upvetted all your infantry and stuff is. Like, you clearly don't want a long game. And as long as you're switching the fuel off. But then, you know, if you're firing 2 of these all game. So let's just leave it like that. In terms of the CV options, you can pay 15 points more to get some smoke. Don't think that's worth it, really. Infantry, so... yeah. So the idea is, right, if you want to be spamming out the these things, then you want this card because it's cheaper. So at least one of these should be this. And then this is a Dragon 1. So I don't really see the point of it. Although, it is actually better than the Nators, isn't it, when it comes to 10, because this is 13. It's just this is orange and this is red, so it gives you that kind of false sense of whatever. I would downvet this, that's a nice easy one. This, you want a 1 vet, otherwise they just don't do anything. Yeah, these guys, I mean... basically, most people build this as an air spam div. So that's where getting rid of a card of supply and perhaps getting rid of one of these and downvetting the rest comes in handy. Because then you can bring 2 cards of planes. Now, you don't have to do this, but I mean, you could try it, right? But like, this thing's pretty cool because... well, okay, this is really cool because it reloads in 60 seconds. So that's pretty nice. And then this one's pretty cool because you just fly it in front of the other ones, and if this dies, you don't really care. But you don't really need both cards, so yeah, let's put that Panzer Inf back in. Wow, they're all 2-vet again, incredible. Anyway, this guy, I mean, a no-vet, I would just bring the Nate as a 1-vet, right? You get 8 of them at 1-vet. Obviously the Resolute and stuff, but the whole point is this is just 9 HP. So it's nice to have 9 HP inf, right? You move this with that. It's honestly pretty decent. And this is your truck inf if you want to defend a flank or whatever. I mean, this is 7 HP. Dragon 1. R2 we spoke about. Tanks. So yes, the Leopard 1 NL, super useful. You basically want to buy all of these at the start. The Pratt is pretty nice because it's got a TOW2 and an MMG. And then, yeah, the idea is you buy all the tanks. So I just put it in the other way round. I mean, it's not a big deal, right? Then you buy all the tanks. The tanks dive to conquer side shots, and like this can survive a 30 AP plane missile from the front. This can't. Is this guy still messaging me? Wow, I'm so popular. Anyway. Yeah. So this has very good optics. So you can put this with your tanks to let them see. This is exceptional, so you can have this as well with your tanks. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just if you get rid of this, then you can get some more planes, but it's fine to have it like that. What I will say is, like, you really need this unit. I'm very surprised this isn't in here. So just get rid of that and replace it with the KCT Vinegars, because this is your airborne forward deployment. It goes at 100 and it's got ground surveillance radar, super useful unit. And then, yeah, you can bring this if you want 4 guys with AT, or you can bring the cheaper one if you want just the law, but 5 points for Carl Gustav's not bad, actually. And that could just be your actual looking recon, right? Recon helo, nice and useful. This thing's great for sneaking around the sides and stuff, super useful unit. You do want to buy all 4. And then having this is okay, because these presumably are going to be sent around the side to die, and so you need this to go with your tanks. So your tanks can see, goes in front of your tanks. It can absorb 2 ATGMs, one with the smoke and one by being blown up. A lot of people like this. I mean, against infantry, I just don't really think it's that good, but some people really seem to think it is. It's got some weird thing on the texture here where they've put the texture the wrong way around, so it's invisible if you look at it from the inside but not the outside. And like, that's a 3-pointer, bro, for 4 cheaters. Come on. And now, wow, incredible. Or you could get, 2 more tanks, because you've actually only got 4 CVs, which is crazy low, actually. Yeah, you need some CVs. So 4 HP, 5 HP, or 2 more tanks. Switching to his opponent, we've got Sith Lord or something. Play. Oh, I know who this is. This is Icarus. He was doing some strat. So, I mean, there's not much to say here. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards of MMGs. And I guess that's the funny part, right? Although he does actually bring the rest of the deck, right? He's still got the rest of the deck. He's just, and he's still got recon stuff, right? The VADs and so on. Surprised at the 2 vet scimitar. It's interesting. Viable? I guess we'll see. Right, so this is Taler Duel. Generally, you can sort of fight everywhere. There tends not to be too much going on here, but you fight through this forest for this zone. Fighting through these buildings, through this forest is cool as well, because it lets you shoot the side of this zone. Fighting over here is cool, and you fight down there as well. Basically, you fight everywhere. It's a pretty nice map. Most of the combat tends to just take place here, though. People are quite one-dimensional, and that's the fastest route to the enemy, right? In terms of the divisions, MBAD's really good on this map compared to 4th Dutch, because 4th Dutch only gets 1 card of Leopard 1s, and basically you need to... And the 1 card of Leopard 1s is nice, but you need to basically be everywhere, and... yeah, you want as many medium tanks as possible on this map. Like, T-72 divs are super duper good on this map. It's very, very, very hard to beat T-72 div on this map. T-55 divs are good on this map as well. Leopard 1 divs are okay. And this guy only gets the heavy tanks. Does get a lot of autocannons. But yeah, his opponent, as you know from the deck review, he's got a lot of machine guns. He's still got the rest of the div, like it's not just machine guns. Bit of a cop-out, really, but his infantry tab is mostly machine guns. It's got some ATGMs in there as well. So, and he's not deployed any units until the start of the game. Because it's just started and I've pressed pause, so this came in after the start. 9 seconds after the start. And Red's deployment is a lot of machine guns. What more do you want me to say? Maybe he'll have some planes or something. I don't know. On the blue side, this guy doesn't bring the KCT Vinegars. I don't know why. So he doesn't have his airborne forward deployment. Which is a shame, really. So we've got pairs of Vinegars on the left, in the middle on the right, and on the far right. And behind that, on the left, we've got an upvetted MG team, Panzer Inf, no vet, and a Stinger. In mid, we have Panzer Inf Novet, Toad 2, Panzer Inf, and a Cheetah, which is like an upgraded Gepard. It's got 5% more accuracy. It's basically the best spag in the game because of that. And I think he's got it upvetted as well, so it's really nice. Do still struggle to kill a plane though, unless it flies like right over you. If you got 2, it'll probably do it. Or if you got Stinger helping out and that hits. Anyway, we spoke about that, and then behind that we got a Stinger, Toad 2, Panzer Inf, Leopard 1, and a CV. And then on the right we just have a Stinger with the infantry. Yeah, let's cast the game. Right, so they're off, and it's time for me to thank the generous channel joiners, generously joining the channel. They get their names on the screen, they get the videos early, they get members exclusive videos. One join at the lowest levels worth 2,000 views, so if you're feeling bad about your ad blocks, great way to support the channel. Otherwise, please just like the video, it's free, and it makes YouTube recommend it to more people. So, yeah, I don't feel great about smurfing in games. I mean, it's just bad in every game, right? Because... So this is one of the best players in the game, and he's on his second account, so he can stomp noobs, basically, and do silly things. I mean, the silly things, that's fair enough, really, I don't mind that. But it's not fair, really, smurfing, basically in any situation ever. But there's nothing you can do about it, so it is what it is. Only opening one CV is kind of strange here. I prefer being on the other side because of the CV. The CV layout is better on the other side because you cap... Like here, you got to cap Echo and then Golf and then Delta. I don't know, and then like so then you got to cap Bravo and Golf because you know like the fastest route is for basically this should cap Echo and then go to Golf and then go to Delta. I suppose it's similar on the other side. Anyway, the machine guns have started arriving. Machine gun teams are broken. I mean, I've spoken about this at great length. They are broken. Yeah. It's just weird, because, like, why is it... It is what it is. At least I noticed the problem. So, Milan 2's one-shot Leopard 1s. He did have to... If he'd smoked there, he would have been fine, right? But he didn't. The machine guns in the open are going down, and now we've got 4 cluster mortars purchased, and they're going on the big blob here. You usually wouldn't expect that, but, like, so as soon as these fire, right, now you've got a lot of time to react to this. You've got, like, 30 seconds until this hits you. Maybe more like 20. How long's it been? Since I started yapping. So you do have time to react, and you see him reacting. The issue, of course, is the Milan 2, so this needs to get out of the way. He's used his smoke, so he needs to... Yeah, I think he should be fine now. Yeah. So far so good for Blue. He's obviously having some problems with the CVs and stuff. He'll probably have to buy a separate one for Bravo. This is only 40 points. The idea behind this is you open with 2 of these. But he's taken mid. And, yeah, it looks like the machine guns have stopped. Or at least, you know, he's buying more. So he's already given up on his strat of just to buy machine guns. He's now switched into buying his infantry, which he keeps in the recon tab. So... I'm only buying machine guns, guys. Yeah, okay. Here's 4 of the best inf in the game. Oh, he's only bought 3 so far. Pathfinder's are absolutely cracked. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, if Blue can just continue buying these YPRs with some Leopard 1s, he should be fine. He's bought a heavy RTP, so I don't... That's not the play at the moment. You need to get some more autocannons over here. Get some infantry in this forest. You know, pad this out a bit as well. So, yeah, we got some more machine guns coming in. And, yeah, it's basically impossible to... So maybe that's why he bought it. But as soon as you buy it, it should fire. Otherwise, it's a waste. And, yeah, it is good against the machine gun teams. He does, however, bring, like, 2 of these and 1 of the 260-point ones, which is weird. You should just bring 2 of the 260-point ones. So, like, if you buy this, it needs to be fired straight away. So, you know that Milan 2 is there because it keeps shooting you, so you shoot that. But basically, infantry is not going to kill MG teams. MG teams absolutely demolish infantry. So what you want to be doing is buying the vehicles. These C and Vs work, but, like, just buy Panzer Inf with the YPR thing, the PRI. That's all you need to do, and that would just kill all this. So yeah, he's bought all 4 Pathfinders because, I mean, it obviously wouldn't work if you just bought the MG teams. So this is a way that you can make it look like you're only buying MG teams to fulfill whatever criteria is being addressed here, while actually just buying loads of infantry. So the issue with the Leopard 1 over the YPR thing is that it will kill the infantry a lot slower, and because it's only got MMGs, right? So yeah, this isn't firing. So you'll see how effective this is at killing these machine gun teams. It's very effective. The Leopard 1 is obviously going to be good against these Scorpions, for example. And you just keeping it moving is smart. That is smart. Sort of getting collapsed here, but yeah, he needs to. I mean, like, what? Some really weird purchases here. Like, why do you need 3 exceptional optics MMG teams in this scenario? I understand that at this point he's probably panicking. Also, like, don't walk towards the machine guns with your infantry because your infantry will die. The cheetah, that works well against these, I suppose. But, like, what's the purpose of these? Like, the C&Vs I get, because the autocannon will kill the machine guns pretty fast, but I don't really see the point in the other stuff. He just needs to buy those IFVs. He's got 4 cards of them, and they're at 2 vet. That's all he needs to do. I do like putting the CV next to the RT. But yeah, he's got a firepower problem. He doesn't have enough firepower to shoot all this. And yeah, you see the cluster mortars are going to kill anybody who stops. Really needs more of those autocannons. This is an issue, right? He is shooting that, so that should go down, really, because this only has to hit it once to kill it. As you can see, he just missed a lot there. And yeah, it's kind of tough having to just constantly move everything. Oh, he's bought a plane, so this is not great. Although, how can he see that? What? That's really strange. How did he... Oh, because of this, probably. Probably because of this guy. Or this guy. Also. Yeah. It's this one. But yeah, the plane is very expensive. What you need right now is just more of those autocannon guys. Like, the Leopard 1s are a reasonably good shout, right? Yes, and then, yes, immediately send that in. Get this one over for the RT. And, yeah, the Leopard 1s, they're good against the Scorpions, for example. Like, you see the Scorpions have to hit him, like, 10 times to kill him. Get those TOW2s in there. Although, yeah, he's been routed by, just being shot a lot, basically. And I don't think he actually hit any of them. I think he missed once, and that was it. Pretty entertaining game. But yeah, this could have just fast moved there. And that would have been fine. So yeah, MG team's great on the defense, but on the offense not so great. This is an excellent target, killing those. I bought another plane. You don't buy the planes. I mean, he killed a lot of Scorpions, but like, what would be way better in this situation is 6 more of the autocannon thing and the Panzer infantry. The Panzer infantry basically, yeah, because, like, look, this is 85 points. Those planes are 3 of these. So, imagine if you had 12 more units here as blue. You'd be in a much better position than having those planes. But it's kind of, these cheese strats are a lot less common than they used to be. And the first time you come up against something like this, you don't react properly. If you come up against it twice, you tend to just win, because now you know what's going to happen and you can plan accordingly. So yeah, it comes down to because obviously it's easy for me to sit here and say you should buy this. Well, I'm not being surprised at the moment. I mean, obviously I was very surprised when I when I launched this cast, and I didn't watch it ahead of time, but I've got time to think, right? I'm not panicking, do you know what I mean? So yeah. The RT, I suppose, is making a lot of sense now. I mean, he should be killing those cluster mortars, really, again. But yeah, he doesn't have, like, cheap ATGMs. The Leopard 1s, he's only got 6 of. It's just, obviously, you don't know what you're going to come up against when you search ranked. But 4th Dutch is a pretty bad div to face into this with. But the autocannon stuff is good. But imagine if he was playing, like, 16th Belgium, he'd still have this autocannon, and he'd have, like, 10 Guerrillian Leopard 1s. Which would be super useful in this situation. So like, this is the last thing you should be buying, because this is you could have 6 units for that. You could have 3 panzer infantries and 3 autocannon transports instead of this, and that would be shooting all this so much faster. Like, what's this for? For the Scorpions. The Leopard 1s kill the Scorpions. You don't need to buy something so expensive. It's about cost efficiency of killing units, basically. The reason medium tanks are viable is because 2 mediums will fire twice as fast as 1 heavy, right? And so the heavy tank, the advantage of the heavy tank is that 1 bullet does more damage against vehicles because it's got more penetration. Against infantry, it does slightly more, but not much. That's a loss you can't really afford there. But yeah, a lot of it just comes down to, okay, I didn't see that coming. And also I'm against somebody on their Smurf account who I shouldn't really be matched up against. And, yeah, I mean, what can you do? Really, the only way to solve that problem is just to be one of the best players in the game. And so then Smurf accounts don't scare you because it's just, you know, you play against this guy on your main account, so... it's still a pain in the neck because obviously if you beat him, he doesn't actually lose anything, whereas if he beats you, you lose something. And the counter argument's, well, ELOs doesn't matter. If ELO doesn't matter, why you want a Smurf account? But yeah, you can see the kind of the advantage of these MMG teams, but they're not really what won the game at all. They're just there. Everything else is what won the game. The ATGMs and the cluster mortar did all the work. The MMG teams didn't actually do a lot. He did a reasonably good job of dealing with that. But you see he's buying these now, but it's kind of lost the zone, right? Oh, this is the one he bought before, so it's not a fresh one. But yeah, the panic plane purchase is a key component of losing against cheese matchups. A key component of losing against cheese matchups is you see something and you immediately buy a helo or a plane, whereas if you just accept, okay, I'm going to have to fall back here, and you buy some ground units, then you can reconstitute your forces and push back in against, what, 25 MG teams or whatever it is. But like I said, the MG teams aren't really doing a whole lot here. It's mainly just the... it's the other stuff, and the MG teams are taking the hits. So it's 20 points for 4 guys is very cost effective, but, you know, this is 40 for 7. These being forward deployed makes them not as cost effective. Oh, this is cool. I didn't actually see this. This is a good move here. So he's got in on that side, and he's got this AT here, so he should see that, and then he can switch over a couple buildings and kill it. The MG teams are coming. Right. Oh, no. What's he doing? Get in the next building and then you can shoot. Oh, put an attack move order on and then you can... It's back to the panicking, right? If he just stops, then it'll fire the AT and then it'll kill it. This being... And then if this was stopped as well, this would fire... Is he going to get a second shot off there? He just misses twice in a row. That's terrible luck. That's an above 50% accuracy thing. It missed twice in a row. But he could have enhanced his chances by not monging out there, right? So, we see that this thing is so effective against this kind of idea. But... yeah, the Leopard 284, not a great idea. More planes. And, yeah, you see him sort of coming down every road now. It's not ideal. And then, like, why wasn't this in the front buildings so it could shoot these guys as they come down this road? Kill them in the buildings. Like that. And, yeah, the Leopard... So there's no ATGMs here, but this is smoked, so... MBAD is good if you've got really good micro. Otherwise it's not that great. On a map like this, it's pretty nice because there's lots of places you can send it. You can send all the stuff. Like you see, there's lots of roads you can send these scimitars down. This might get that. It does. So this guy needs to get out of there now. I mean, he's killed that now, so he could go back in his building and hide and so on. But yeah, just incorrect purchases from... and like, if this stopped, it would win that fight, because its autocannon is actually better, but it was moving, so it was on movement accuracy. So he isn't noticing that this is happening. And this has not done much for him, really. You need light stuff, but he's probably ran out of leopard ones, and that just got side shot, so that's why that died. You see how effective this is. Obviously, it is going to die to two VADs or whatever at close range, but very effective at dealing with this kind of thing, with leopard ones behind it. So yeah, it just came down to the purchases, too many planes, and the micro, right? He's lost like 6 units on this road now, because each of these burning wrecks had somebody inside as well. Okay. So yeah, a lot of it's practice, and you know, if his opponent wasn't smurfing, then he wouldn't... Well, he probably would get matched against him anyway, but... one can dream. And Blue, you know, he's on the +1, but he's lost a lot of his guys, as you can see. And his front line... I mean, unless he notices this is happening, he's completely screwed. Like, look how many units he's lost on this road. So this is on... Because he... Like, this just has the not... Okay, he's now actually notices here and right-clicked it. But yeah, this has a better autocannon than that. And they're the same price, it's just this has 3 armor and it's got the mediocre stealth and stuff, which makes it kind of hard to find, so you can do things like put it here, which he's doing, but you'd want that like here basically to shoot them in the back as soon as they come past. But yeah, he needs like recon helos and stuff. Blue just, I mean, he's ahead on points, but he's just not got... I mean, look how many units Red has. And a lot of that is because, you know, MG teams are very cheap. So these are 9 per row. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 9s. 72. Remember your times tables. Yeah, you see he's just not noticing. 3, 4, 5. So 75 units versus... Well, that's dead anyway, so... versus not 75. Versus like less than 20. So, yeah, I mean, the MG teams... They're good, and you know you can play like this. Like they are overpowered, but that's not why he won. He won because he's probably got about 5 times more game time than him. Like the MG teams are kind of... It looks very funny, but that's not why he's winning. If this was just... Instead of being 2 MG teams, it was 1 regular infantry, right? And this was 2 regular infantry, and this was another 1 regular infantry, and this was another 1 regular infantry. The exact same thing would happen. It would just not look as funny. So yeah, there's a lot of MG teams, I don't know what else to say. And they are OP, they are a bit silly, really. So that must be on an attack move or something. Must have lost vision there. So this guy's got, what? Yeah, he's got exceptional stealth or what have you. So he killed that, finally. I think he just killed it from just sending more and more stuff down this road, and eventually it shot back and killed it. Just losing too many units, but that's kind of how the Airborne... That's how MBAD works. You try and get behind them. And then... You just put guys in every bush. It's the same with like all Airborne divs, really. You could do it with most divs in the game, but this div is very good at that because it gets a lot of cheap units. I mean, you just see the difference in how many units there are. And some of that is the funny strat, but a lot of it is just... that's just MBAD. Just get a lot of units. It's about trying to micro those units well. Use recon and stuff, like he's got a recon helo, right? The cluster mortars are a good part of it. But yeah, if you manage to stabilize the front lines, then you win. So like Blue, he had an opportunity there, right? If he'd... I mean, pushing here got him something, but... Basically just had to make his picket line with those autocannon things and just buy more of those autocannon things. Like, he just bought the wrong things, basically. It's good. He's doing a good job killing these. Because, like, look, they can't do anything to a tank. But, like, they can't do anything to an autocannon, and the autocannon is, you know, 200 points less than the tank, and it will do the same thing, and that's where you need cost efficiency in this situation. But I believe what happened is he ran out of Leopard 1s, because you only get 6. And we've not seen any more come out. And this is the other thing, right? Whereas, you know, if a Leopard 1 died there, it wouldn't be such a big deal. It didn't die because of the smoke. He's not evic'd it. It's interesting, he's sending it back in. Hopefully the fighter, I mean, it's got Ligmas on it, it can be used. So you get the guns on it maybe. I mean, at this range you might as well just try and kill that. You're 2 per card and he's 1 per card, so that's worth it. But yeah, just buying the wrong units. Too many tanks, not enough IFVs. This combination is very, very good against what he just faced. Because if an ATGM hits your heavy tank, well, that's out of action for a few seconds anyway. Even if it doesn't die, you know, it's gonna have to smoke and go back or repair, or you know, 2 and it's definitely out. And it's kind of a similar idea with the IFV, right? So these Pratt things are pretty cool. They've got like 2 Toad 2 tubes on them, so they can really rattle off the, you know, not sure what that was, just heard some disembodied screaming or something. Must have been Dutch. So, red, I mean, he's only on a +1, but, I mean, blue, he's just buying the wrong things, man. He just keeps buying these heavy tanks. That's not what you need. And at this point, I think, you know, like, pushing into MMG teams is very difficult. MMG teams on the offense aren't great. Pushing into them is very, very hard. That's where the true OP nature kicks in. And, yeah, he just doesn't have a fat... Wait, how's he supposed to get back in there? Just RT it for the next 40 minutes, well... Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so he's trying to reconstitute his forces by buying 1 unit a minute. And so that means that, you know, every minute he has to kill 5 enemy units or something just to keep it where it is now. Because if the enemy's buying 5 units a minute, I mean, these are a bit more expensive, but... that's how you have to think about it, right? If I'm buying 1 unit and my enemy's buying 5, how's that working? And the other thing is, of course, planes are very good at killing tanks. So this should evac as soon as the missile comes out. But he's being a bit greedy, he wants to shoot it twice. His opponent doesn't have any iHawk up, right? So yeah, he is trying to push back here. And this is the other thing, if you're in this situation, you gotta kind of pick your moment, pick your position. So, yeah. Smurf account. Not Smurf account. It's always very sad when you come up against Smurfs, but it is what it is. Look at this. 45 points, killed all that. So he should have bought more YPRs. Obviously hindsight's 50-50, right? This did end up being good, but when he bought it, he was losing on the front line. He couldn't really afford that purchase. But yeah, more autocannons would have worked well there. In general, 4th Dutch doesn't have too many solutions to this because you don't have a lot of mediums. Feels like 16th Belgium or something, you'd have a much better time. Yeah. And the MMG teams, like, they are OP, but that's really not why he won. So hopefully you found that game entertaining, and I'll see you around. GG.